Guess who it is? I'm back. What is up? What is up? This is SmurfetteSims. How are you guys doing? Oh my gosh, I can't believe how long it's been since I have played a video game, since I have recorded. What? Almost 6 months. Yes, I know. Last time I recorded was in July. I had to look this up, y'all. I had to literally look up when was the last time I submitted a video. It was July. Ooh, child. Whoa, that's a long time, huh? Well, story time. We ain't talking about Stardew today. It's playing in the background, but I figured this would be the perfect opportunity to come back and let you guys know what happened? Where'd I go? What the heck has been going on? Did she quit YouTube? For almost. But that's sometimes still a thought. But yeah, it's just like, what the heck? So story time for those of you who have been wondering, what happened? Where'd she go? Is she alright? What's going on? So I will let the video play in the background, and then you guys can just tune in to the craziness of what my life has been like since July. So some of you may or may not know, but the latter part of 2020, I got a phone call. My father had a stroke, and therefore he was admitted to the hospital, and then in turn deemed that he was not able to take care of himself, so he had to go into a nursing home. In the nursing home, when did COVID start? Like the beginning of February, March? Well, he ended up getting it because some worker was negligent, came to work, and spread it throughout the nursing home. And he lived in the epicenter area, so of course he got it along with several other residents. He fortunately was lucky enough he did not pass away from the virus. He got over it very, very quickly because they caught it at the very beginning of it. But unfortunately, the long-term effects of the virus on the elderly did a number on him, and it exacerbated his memory, which deemed him to be diagnosed with vascular dementia. And because of the irresponsibleness of the nursing home, they weren't taking back any of their patients that they dropped off at the hospital. So my dad had to come live with me. Yay! Which was a blessing in disguise, because I do remember praying that I wanted to see my dad and spend some time with him before he left this earth. Now, how God puts that and the ways he does it, it didn't even matter. I got to spend some time with my father. We've had that's not the right word. We've had a weird relationship growing up. My parents separated when I was probably under 10, and never saw him. Because of their stuff, I never saw him. So it wasn't until I became an adult myself that I was able to find him and reach out to him, and then we had like a phone conversation type relationship. So I would talk to him for a year, every other month, and then he'd disappear for years, and then he would pop back in for a couple of years, and then he'd disappear again for years. It wasn't until he pretty much just got tired of whatever the lifestyle he was living at that time and decided to just settle down, I guess. I don't know. I don't have tons of brothers and sisters out there. He wasn't like that. But he did want to live his life the way he wanted to live it and didn't want anybody to tell him how to. So let's just say he was a free soul. But a responsible free soul. So so I got to take care of my dad. That was very interesting because when he came to me, the hospital or the rehab place did not let me know that he was completely incapable of taking care of himself. So basically he was like a big baby. I had to do absolutely everything. He could barely walk. He couldn't get up out of bed. He could not change. He could not bathe. He couldn't do anything. Sometimes he couldn't even feed himself. So I had to literally do everything. So I had to close down my daycare because taking care of him and babies, that was just a little bit too much, as you could imagine. So fast forward to the beginning of 2021, I think he was just tired and he just gave up the will to live, and the end of February he passed away, which was fine. I was okay with that. We did the online funeral and everything, which was great. And then 3 days later, I start getting phone calls from my siblings that my mother is now going down the same path, dementia. Now, there's 3 of them up there. You would think that they could take turns, you know, taking care of her, have her in her apartment, someone come visit her, take her to the grocery store. She's not that far gone, okay? She just keep her out the kitchen, basically. Yeah, it's just they couldn't do it, so I had to make a decision to try to find another remedy for her, see if I could find another nurse, find a nursing home for her, and something like that. In the midst of that decision, though, I strained my back, shoulder, neck area to the point where I started having pain throbbing down my arm. So much so that I couldn't even lift my arm. It was uncomfortable to sleep. And then went to a doctor for that, like a sports medicine for strains type doctor. She put me in physical therapy. But as I was doing the physical therapy, I started noticing that my hands started to tighten up. I couldn't move my hands in the morning, and they weren't swollen, but they hurt. Like my fingers, I couldn't bend my fingers. I couldn't hold on. I couldn't grasp anything. The weirdest thing. And then like a week later, the same thing in my feet. I couldn't walk. I couldn't bend my foot. You know, you just walk. I couldn't even walk. I was shuffling along, you know. And then that happened one night. I couldn't go to sleep. I woke up in excruciating pain. That went on for like 3 nights in a row. And then let's see, by the 4th night it was so much pain that I couldn't even get up in the morning. I honestly didn't know what was happening to me. I went back to the doctor and she said, I'm gonna refer you to a rheumatologist. Made it out there. They took a bunch of blood work. Within a week, came back the results. I have rheumatoid arthritis. Yeah, it's the craziest thing because I've always been a very healthy person. I've never had any type of ailments, issues. I don't even catch colds. Like, I've never had anything major ever happen to me, except for like not even real knee surgery. They just opened up the area and cleaned out cartilage because I used to be an avid jogger. And they cleaned out some cartilage in my knee. Like, that's the only major thing that I've ever had happen to me. So to be diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis is like, what in the world? What the heck? Like, I'm not old. I'm in my 40s. Like, what? And yeah, it's stress, total stress related. The physical stress and the mental stress of having to take care of my dad, I guess it just threw my body into whack. And so yeah, dealing with that. So in the midst of that, I had to make the decision. My mother now lives with me. I take care of my mother, so I'm her caregiver like I was for my father. And she's mobile, which is a good thing. I don't have to wash and bathe and feed and stuff, but I do have to keep an eye on her to make sure she doesn't wander. Constantly remind her to, you know, get up, get dressed, go eat. She won't even eat if I don't remind her to eat. You know, I have to pretty much like do that part of it. If you know anything about dementia, Alzheimer's, you know exactly what I'm going and will be going through. So yeah, and then once she got here, the people that I used to rent from, they died. The wife died first, and a month later the husband died. And the kids did not want to deal with the properties, which is beyond me, because I'm like, it's income. Why would you not want residual income just coming in? You know? But it is what it is, and I had to move like immediately, like 60-day notice. If you know about how the market was this fall, this late summer fall, which I think we're still in fall, it's not even winter, but late summer, beginning of fall, you guys know that the prices are outrageous. Houses are being bought for $20,000 to $50,000 over what they're valued, what the asking price for. People are constantly getting outbidded. If you're a first-time home buyer, yeah, there was no luck for you, because every time you found something, you were being outbidded. And as far as rental prices, oh my gosh, they're still outrageous. Homes that normally go for $900 to $1,200 are now $1,800 to $2,200. You know, for a simple 3-bedroom, 2-bath, or 3-bedroom, 1-bath, $1,800. Say what? That ain't even heard of. Less than 1,100 square feet for $1,800 a month? I think not. Like, that's absolutely stupid. But by the grace of God and lots of prayer and faith, I was able to find a place, not at 1,800, but I was able to find a place, and I absolutely love this house. I'll be here for a while. I love it. It's great. It's through a private owner. He's wonderful, and yeah, I'm not gonna be leaving no time soon. Am I paying more than probably what I should? I would say by about $200, yes. Is it worth it for the safety and the fact that I have a roof over my head? Yes, I don't have to worry about that stress anymore, and it's enough room for everybody. Everybody has their own space, and it's big enough to where I can go in my room, close my door, and not hear anything else. So it's a good thing. So yeah, and I've kind of went back to work, but in between all of that. But it's just been a roller coaster of a time, and it's just been crazy, honestly. But yeah, in a nutshell, from dad to RA to mom to forcefully having to move within 60 days to not knowing where I'm going to live, where I'm going to put, lay my head down in a month or two, to finding a place and being able to woosah and then just reestablish, some type of rhythm, reestablish some type of normalcy. It took a while, and when I moved, I did not immediately put up my PC. I was just like, as far as bills or anything like that, did it all on my phone. I was not about to put this PC up knowing that I wanted a new desk, I wanted new chair, new furniture, new all that stuff. So and then I just wasn't mentally there to really put it all up or anything like that, because I was exhausted. I literally was completely exhausted. I'm thankful for my oldest, because there were days where he was like, "Mom, just take a break," and he dealt with his brother and cooked food and all that stuff and helped his grandmother. So I'm very thankful for him for that, and allowed me to rest. So that's always a good thing when they always say your boys will look after you, and my boys, they love me. They look after the mama. So, but in a nutshell, yeah, that's everything. And it's been a whirlwind. That they always say God won't give you more than you can handle, and I kind of look at it and I'm like, wow, I'm stronger than I thought I was. He knew I was strong, but I didn't realize how strong I was. And this is an eye-opener to realize, like, yeah, tough little cookie. I mean, I hear people tell me that, like, stuff you used to do when you were younger, nobody would actually do that. You just up and leave and just move 700 miles away on your own by yourself. Who does that, at 18? Yeah, well, I did. And I figured it out and I made it, but most people don't do that. And then, dealing with stupid stuff that I used to do when I used to work corporate and all of that stuff, you know. So I guess I am tougher than I realize it. And this was an eye-opener, and not saying like, oh yeah, now I'm gonna face everything with, whoa, yeah, I got this. No, you know, like normal human nature, you know, you get a little scared, but I know, you know, my faith has me, and I have that spiritual help to guide me through. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's where I've been, guys. That's where I've been. That's what has been going on with me. But I am back to playing my video games. I've missed them greatly. I have some goals for Stardew Valley, so that's good. I'm going to continue with the heart events. Going to do some things in the game. Like, I'm going to start making a list of daily goals that I want to do in the game instead of just aimlessly playing, because I've got to watch other people play, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was in the game, and oh, I didn't know that was there, you know, and here I am just aimlessly playing around. So I got a list now of what it is that I want to accomplish every time I play, so that's a good thing. So you guys will be seeing some progress now when you actually watch the gameplay, and I'm not just walking around town doing nothing. I'm actually like goal oriented playing now. So other than that, there's really not much else right now. Back to the game and what's on the screen. They're about to run the JoJo Mart guy out of town because Pierre is basically taking a stand against him, saying, you know, like, we want our old JoJo Mart, or want our old valley back, Stardew Valley back, and we aren't going to allow JoJo Mart to take over. And so that's basically what's going on here. And they're right now reminiscing over the things that they used to do prior to the supermarket coming there and everything. So that's really cool. But sometimes I'm like, Pierre, I think he's sly. Like, he got stuff hidden up his sleeve. Like, he want to be number one and want everybody like to just, I don't know, it makes him feel important or something. It's just something about him. It's just kind of still like too businessman for me. So he's pretty much no better than the guy from JoJo Mart, honestly, but he just isn't as arrogant as the guy from JoJo Mart. So Morris, that's his name, Morris. So he's like, he's gonna run out, and yeah, that's the end of the scene, I think. And I get like a little trophy or something for it. Morris and his JoJo Mart cronies were never heard from again. But then that leaves like 2 people out of work. I think his name was Sean, leaves him out of work, and somebody else that used to work there. I thought there was another person that worked there, but the Sean guy, I think that's his name, he already has a drinking problem, and now you done took away his job. It's like, what the heck's gonna happen to him? He ain't gonna have nothing to do, right? So it's just like, oh brother. And I have to definitely go back up to Ridgeside and start communicating with them folks. Oh, this right here, y'all. Oh my gosh. I didn't know. I didn't know. I thought I picked something good, but he's like, what's the meaning of all of this? Is this some kind of prank? And I'm like, we wanted to show your appreciation. But then I was like, oh no, your wife set this up because she had asked me to collect like 11 or 12 leaks. Yeah, huh. She thought she could fool me. He's like pissed. She thought she could fool me into thinking I'm anything more than an inconvenience. Well, I know better. Now, scram. I was like, what just happened? I didn't know. And yeah, that ended the entire scene. I felt so bad because I'm like, oh my god, I just ruined it. I think I lost hearts with him for that. I honestly believe I lost like the 2 hearts. I had no idea. No idea. So, yeah, see, I was at 6 and I lost them. I was just like, dang. When was the second choice ever a bad choice in any of these? I was just doing what actually happened. Yeah, so that was a mistake, big mistake. But I mean, I'll make it up some kind of way. So now I'm on my way to find Caroline to give her her request, which was a diamond and everything. So, but it's already been about 20 minutes, so a little over. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, and then I will stop because this video is literally like 35 minutes long. I thought I'd be able to talk through the whole thing with the story time, but actually no, the story time was quite, not as long as I thought it was going to be. So I'm going to end it here, and then I will pick it up with the next episode, and then there's also some cutscenes that'll be within that next episode so that you guys can see that I had ended up coming across that I didn't realize that I was going to come across because I have hearts with other people. Like I've reached 6 hearts with several other people. So I tried to record those cutscenes, and so I'll insert those into the next video so that way you guys can see it. So yeah, but until then, that's where I've been, and I hope you guys enjoyed the story time. Now you know what's going on, and leave any comments below on anything else you may want to see in regards to the Stardew, or any suggestions to help, because I can't figure out how to get to the blue chickens that Sean has. And I keep saying Sean, I'm not even sure that's his name, but the guy who's the drunk, him, who lives with Marnie, him, I can't figure out how to get to the blue chickens for him. So if you guys know, let me know. Alrighty? Alright. Until then, I will talk to you guys later. Ciao.